I'm in Washington, D.C. right now shooting this on location at the museum. And I'm hearing all over this town, oh, it's Hillary, no question. It's literally not a question. They just assume that the candidate in 2016 is going to be Hillary Clinton. Well, today MoveOn wants to change all that. They're going to put in $1 million to encourage Elizabeth Warren to run. Now, Elizabeth Warren is a senator from Massachusetts who says she's not running at this point. But MoveOn is going to go as far as setting up campaign offices in Iowa and New Hampshire, early primary states. And they've set up a website called Run, Warren, Run, just to try to get Elizabeth Warren to run. Not $1 million in campaign ads for her, $1 million spent to get her to run. Now, am I in favor of this? A lot of people in Washington here say, oh, well, you don't want to have a costly primary that weakens your candidate, blah, blah, blah. Wait a minute. We had a huge primary in 2008. Barack Obama came out of that primary. Yeah, it was costly. Yeah, it was heated. And guess what? The Democratic nominee won anyway. No, of course you're supposed to have a primary. Of course you're supposed to figure out who's the best candidate. What is this, a monarchy where we say, well, it has to be, someone from royal blood like the Clintons, and everybody bow your head. And we're not going to have a serious challenger to Hillary Clinton. Of course we should have a serious challenger. Look, my issues with Hillary Clinton. I mean, she's still getting hundreds of thousands of dollars to give speeches to the banks, telling them that the bankers are misunderstood. You've covered that. Now, look, Elizabeth Warren's a great person to run against her. She just, on the other hand, yelled at federal regulators really recently, where she said, wait, how many homeowners did you help that were underwater? The answer, and the regulator had to admit, is 0. How many bank executives did you put in jail? The regulators had to admit it was 0. So she's one of the very few people in Congress holding these regulators accountable who are part of this revolving door and are going to go get a job from the bankers as soon as they're done with the government. They had a job with the bankers before. Most of them did. So Elizabeth Warren is actually doing something about the income inequality that we have, the fixed system that we have. She's looking out for people, and that's why people are looking out to see if she'll run, because she gives people a little bit of hope. Now, finally, I read in the papers just yesterday that it turns out the neocons are excited about Hillary Clinton, and they're coalescing around her campaign. Now, normally they would be in the Republican camp, right? But a lot of the Republican leading candidates like Rand Paul are not as pro-war as Hillary Clinton. So the neoconservatives that started the Iraq War and all these endless wars say, yes, run Hillary, run, ready for Hillary. Now, if the neocons are ready for Hillary, you've got your answer as to which direction a real progressive would go and which direction they wouldn't go. Now, they're going to have a whole campaign and see who comes out ahead here, and it's not clear that Elizabeth Warren is going to run. But do I back spending money to get her to run? Hell yeah. So it's a great move by MoveOn, and Godspeed to them.